So what is X-site scripting? X-site scripting, cross-site scripting or XSS attacks. These are type of injection in which malicious scripts they can be injected into otherwise benign and trusted websites. So this XSS attack occur when an attacker uses a web application to send a malicious code, generally in the form of a browser side script, to a different end user. So this XSS or cross-site scripting is an injection attack which is carried out on web application that accept input but do not properly separate data and executable code before the input is delivered back to the user's browser. So this is a type of computer security vulnerability typically found in web applications. So XSS enables attacker to inject client-side scripts into web pages viewed by the other users. So a cross-site scripting vulnerability may be used by attackers to bypass access control such as the same origin policy. And this cross-site scripting carried out on website accounted for roughly 84% of all security vulnerability as documented by the antivirus giants. So their effect may range from a pretty nuisance to a significant security risk, depending on the sensitivity of the data handled by the vulnerable sites and the nature of any security mitigation. So how does this cross-site scripting works actually? So in order to run the malicious JavaScript code in a victim's browser, an attacker must first find a way to inject a payload into a web page that the victim visits. And of course, an attacker could use social engineering technique to convince a user to visit a vulnerable page with an injected JavaScript payload already. So in order for an XSS attack to take place, the vulnerable website needs to directly include user inputs in its pages. So an attacker can then insert a string that will be used within the web page and treated as a code by the victim's browser. And following server-side pseudo-side is used to display the most recent comment on the web page. This is like this. So you have a print, say HTML most recent comment, and you have database.latest comment like this. So this above script is simply printing out the latest comment from the comments database and printing the contents out to the HTML page, assuming that the comment printed out only consists of text. But the above page is vulnerable to XSS because an attacker could submit a comment that contains a malicious payload like this script do something evil. So you can have a script also inside it. And users visiting the web page will get served the following HTML page. This one. So HTML, then the script is inside this. This is how the things will change. And when the page loads in the victim's browser, the attacker's malicious script will execute, most often without the user realizing or being able to prevent such an attack. And there is an important note that an XSS vulnerability can only exist if the payload or malicious script that the attacker insert ultimately get parsed, that is as HTML in this case, in the victim's browser. So a hacker will infect with script your web page. Now victim will visit this page. The script which is infected will inject the victim browser, and that will do something bad and in www. So this is a high-level view of typical XSS attack. This was about XSS attack. Thank you so much.